Okay. Guess I'm live now. Not sure what just happened with YouTube notifications, but we're here. So let's get right back into the EQ here. Hello already, Mr. V. Hey, Aiden. Oh, it has been a bit of a scary day for streaming. I loaded this up a little bit ago, and my Wi-Fi wasn't connecting, nor was my computer even registering that I had a Wi-Fi card. So I restarted my computer, and it flashed scanning and repairing drive C 3 times before it said automatically repairing PC. And it flashed again, said diagnosing PC. Then it said failed to start. Then I restarted it, ready to cry, and it just worked. So I'm happy to be here. Well armed. I've got my gin and tonic. Let's go. Hey, everybody. Welcome. Oh, right. Mystics, and then boss who goes unblockable. Cool. Wait. Are my sounds finally coming through the desktop? It's kind of unfortunate because it probably sounds weird. All right, let me know if it does. I'm going to see how I feel about this for a little bit. Oh, that is too loud. I mean, but I can reduce that without messing with y'all. And now I barely hear it at all. Whatever. But on y'all's side, it's low? This makes sense. I didn't touch any of this. Hey, Mark. Welcome. Okay. Am I soft or is the game soft, yo? Let me know. It can, Jaden, but honestly, I'm super skeptical of it. Like, we tested it with Samurai, sure, but I've been pretty loud about Game is soft. I can turn up the game a bit. I've been pretty loud on our end about I don't want to see that just thrown in quests because there are a lot of characters where it would not be pleasant and like without us actually testing all 300 characters and thus what is that 90,000 roughly interactions. I want us to be careful with it. I agree it's cool, but that's the kind of thing that's cool until it's not, and then players tell us that we should have been more careful with it, and that's... Ugh. I know I'm a little jaded in this. But it's a... Yeah, special baiting's definitely harder when they're close enough to want to heavy you more often. A champion that's built with it is possible and has already shipped. The tech was built for Ares. So yes, we could see. I mean, because on a champion kit, it's not all that... It's basically like a variable root, right? And that's interesting, right? We've used root in kits, and I think it's usually been fine. Dark Phoenixes can be a little bit annoying under certain circumstances. Hey, easy, how's it going? Excuse me. Yeah, I'm a lot less concerned about it in bespoke uses. But we have to be careful with things that change the fundamental rules of the game. love long shot too, Shade. See, that'd probably actually work against such a champion cracked. Like I applaud the thinking, but trying to do intercepts when you have less room to respond actually makes them harder, not easier. And that's kind of a good example of like why we would have to be careful, you know? Whoa, late on the parry. How far am I going tonight? Depends on how tired I get. Okay, I'm going to respond to your two questions individually, TC. Um, First off, like, no, it wasn't a way to differ it from immortality, although they are different effects, right? He just didn't need to be destroying death immunity that early. But your second one, I'm like a little bit insulted. You think I'm going for special intercepts more because I've been playing Cyclops, and you make this supposition while I'm playing a character I built to benefit from special intercepts over a year before Cyclops came out? Tisk tisk. Yeah, Jaden, that inexorable meta made baiting rough. I'm pretty sure I did not say that. Whoops, my bad. I need to stop doing that. There we go. That's how that works. That was annoying. I'm pretty sure I said in her spotlight with context, because I didn't say anything in her deep dive, that you shouldn't be doing it all the time, but that it works well with both of her animations. Because it does, and I called that out early. That's funny, correct? Excuse me. Hey, Snoops. Full kit rework, as in I am beholden to literally nothing that they currently have? Or you're asking me which one I would rather rework realistically within the game we have right now? I should have put Odin pre-fights on this guy. Oh, you jerk! Oh, I should have thrown the special one a long time ago. I appreciate the honesty, TC. Hey, Pablo. Welcome. Nothing other than animations and lore. Probably Moon Knight. Because I mean, obviously, Mr. Knight is different in part because Moon Knight exists. But I think, like, it'd be interesting enough to build Moon Knight after seeing the show. I think he would still feel skill, but would be different enough from other skill champions. I think I'd probably enjoy that. Hey, Leroy. Bro. Better. I was literally just thinking, TC, that Moon Knight looks so dated. Like, I'm not saying that the concept that we have should change, but the model just looks old. Nice. Yeah, I would definitely want us to do what we did to Rhino and just increase the detail. That's what I mean by it looking old. Like, compared to newer MCOC models, it looks like a draft. Probably be a hard sell to do cell, or yeah, hard sell to do cell shading on Moon Knight. It was an unfortunate pun. Quicksilver is good for a lot of things. I love Quicksilver. And he still gets Scorpion Sense. Stupid, stupid. Bracket, bracket. Alright. Come here, buddy. Bye-bye. The only reason Quicksilver isn't, like, constantly in the discussion for one of the most powerful champions in the entire game is the current dominance of Battlegrounds. He's a little bit slower and makes up for it with some of the best, most automatic utility in the game. Him versus Luke is tough, though. I'll grant you that. Yeah, I won't say it can't be done, Omega, but I definitely still feel like, especially really precise changes in direction do not feel as good to me on PC. And in a lot of situations, a lot of hits is very, very good, Hayden. Dang it. Forgot about that last hit. His specials feel very random. Anyway. Hey, Cat. How's it going? Why did I do this? You can't push him. Okay. That's fine. Kill him. Move on. Hey, Dilly. Bro. I'm begging the art team to be chill about just one of Niv's characters when it comes to animations. Okay. Elder time. Yeah. No, I'm with you, Omega, and I don't really know what to do next because there are people who play full time on it and they just don't feel that same disconnect, and I don't know where to go from there. In that sense, not really cracked. The limit to what the art team can put in the game is mobile CPUs. Well, the most recent one before this TC was Nefaria, and before that was North Star. So that should give you some idea of exactly what I'm saying at the moment. Okay. So is there anything I have to do to, like, make it the proper difficulty? Or do I just go? Cool. Thank you. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Hey, Jay. It's coming along. I do agree with that, Easy. Like, it's not the worst special one, but it feels like you can just tell that it was animated without the opponent having AI on, you know? Dang it! I'm just gonna restart. The hitting block on Biohazard, it breaks everything about the RPG processing part of my brain. Because everything about the node is about bleed. It's like you have bleed resistance. When you're immune to bleed, you get a thing. And so in my head, it's just like bleed on hit. And then I'm just focused on the bleed. I hit the block once. Biohazard has a higher chance to apply bleed or poison on block than it does bleed on hit. So of course it happens every time. The poison is also more potent. Very, very few mutants actually resist it, and it's just like instant freaking tilt because I forget it at least once every time. Very cool. Yeah, 20 and 50. You're also forgetting Sauron TC. I think there's one or two others. Yeah, Dust. But it's not a long list. Hey, Nightmare. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Come on, Joe. Yep, this is gonna suck. Okay. Thanks, Jay. I really appreciate that. We'll pass that along. I could have done a much better job of using the perfect block, but yes, that was the theory easy. Yeah, I considered Dust for Joe. That is another one that was on the short list for sure. Come on, dash at me. Alright, that'll work. Hey, I see you. And if you're here, thank you for the raid, Saifasi. I appreciate it. Every hit of Joe's special one. Yeah, I'll get right on that. I wish I'd been brave enough to parry each hit of the special too, though. That would have been good. I probably would have held on to enough of the, what do you call them? Charges. Yeah, I actually think the immunity is probably more important for Blade because of the power gain, and resistance would be fine for Spiral, but I do get what it means for sure. Hey, Joey. Oh, cream cheese. It's going okay. Yes, for Electra. Woo! Easy there, Wilson. I'm fond of that force field. Okay. That one's rough. In the Toad fight, we were healing. And I know it's because he had extra attack rating, because that's what Kingpin does, but, like, being net negative on a single bleed with an ascended 6-star... Yeah, that's too much. Thou shalt not hit block, unless thy name be Toad, Sauron, Omega Red, Iceman, or Dust. Yeah, reverse controls on the opponent doesn't do anything. It is worth noting that Delirium on the opponent does something because it has a combat power 8 clause. You know, this is a really good place for Colossus. I don't even like you. Oh. This is as good as it gets. Lights? Mediums? Never heard of them. That was my fault. Now, a crit would be nice, but, you know, can't be greedy. Oh! Cool, man. Not cool. There's a crit. There's 2 crits. Nice. Crit? Close enough. Visual bug. This build. Like, Gene's Uncanny still works. We just lost the indicators. If damage is your concern, then go for Silver Samurai. He certainly has that. This is where the Gambit Relic might have helped. You're not wrong. Alright, who's left that's dangerous? It's basically Electra and a little bit, Chavez. Crossbones can be very annoying. I think this is a good place to use Sauron. Whoops. Thank you for bringing your emoji game to YouTube, Cat. I appreciate the second bird there, Omega. Probably next build, I see you. If for some reason we have to do a client fix, then we can throw it in there. But our general policy is to not do client fixes, which the idle thing would be, unless there's something on fire. Because we have to go through Apple. It's a whole long, complicated process. That said, it's important to note that it's not the case that strikers don't work at all with the idols right now. Instead, it's that the button and the button's appearance are in two different places. So if you actually tap for the striker a little bit down and to the left of it, you should be able to play around it. Obviously, that's not good long term, but you can do that for now. Not hitting your block, bro. Yep, that hurts. I knew this was a risk, but against somebody with no attack mods, I was hoping it would go better. You know, that would be one nice change to this node, is if instead of it being purifying bleeds, or going immune to them or whatever at the start, you were immune to bleeds for the duration of a special. It'd be much better. Your other left, TC. I was wondering if that was the case. It's okay, don't worry. I'm not throwing Coagulate on for this, but... It would be if you were looking in the correct direction. The special 3 button is to the right of the striker for that. Or, oh, sorry, no, the special 1 is. Oh, the special 3 is far away. You're just... being silly, is I think the polite for radio version of it. No, I know my directions. I just thought you meant the special 1 button and not the special 3 button, because the special 3 button is so far away that you couldn't possibly have thought that that's what I meant. But that's okay. Ooh. Just die. That's rough, easy. Well, you'll probably see me trying Lumitrix before long, so we'll see if I can figure it out there. Okay, made the note about the bleed immune thing. I'm pretty sure the experience is for speaking in chat. You have been doing that, which I appreciate. Don't know why I did that. Of course he backed out of it. Come on, buddy, I'm not tapping your block. No, 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 TC. I wasn't trying to get you to speak less. You don't have to apologize. Wait, who's next? Okay, Dust it is. All we are is dust in the wind. Worth it. Sorry, Madrox. I've got him on the low setting. But if I didn't have them on that, streams wouldn't make me anything at all. I like y'all, but it is nice to make a little bit of money for spending my time. Oops. I forgot. Just go for the special 2. Ride the regen. Enjoy it. I would fall for not giving you more money. Oh no. Liked Namor for this? Yeah, Namor makes sense. Okay, 3 left. I don't know, TC. My guess would be Wheel of Fate does use energy, you just don't notice it because the fights are longer.
crit?
We got one. It looks pretty dumb when it misses easy, that's for dang sure. Yeah, I hear you there, TC. Stupid. Bro. Gotta stop dodging early. Yep, knew that was coming. Went for it anyway, because why? There we go. Yeah. I generally agree, Easy. It's possible the health is a little on the high side for where rosters are right now, because using my rank 2 Sunspot and running out of charges, not my favorite thing. But it's not the end of the world. Nope. Dang it. I was so good for so long. Yeah, even just a few seconds with 2 bleeds on you. It's rough. Are you criticizing my Namor play, TC? Because the nodes at play here are a little bit warping, if so. Yeah, I'm generally with you there, John. The nodes boosting attack need to be updated. The fear or the defender attack needs to come down. I also have thoughts about using the swap nodes, but leave that aside for now. Then you can put your criticism somewhere dark. If I'd tried to play Namor the optimal way there, I just would have died to bleeds. No thank you. Come on. Terrible timing. Oh, shoot. Her death touch triggers on the last hit of her specials. That's not the problem at all. Problem is it's 30 minutes after midnight. No, I don't mind swap nodes. I don't like using them for every single fight of EQ. Hey Gwen, do you mind? She does indeed mind. Warlock does not need awakening. It's a bit of extra damage, but it's not particularly important. I mean, I don't think this is harder than Crucible. I'm going to be very clear. The attack might be higher. It's not harder. I started this stream with alcohol. It might be harder than it should be. Yeah, no, I agree, TC. That is my primary concern with them as well. Like, story content is just too rare to be the only thing that you can use ramping champions in. And I mean cross-fight ramp as opposed to in-fight ramp. It's not... I don't even think it's more resource intensive. Not necessarily, right? If you have a bad run, it can be. But do you know what some people put into Crucible? That's a pretty significant resource sink for a lot of players. I'll also say that, like, I personally don't mind them not healing as the default. I would like it if, like... Oops. I just redded out the mic there for a second. I think I would like it if, like, every fifth one healed, right? Like, I was playing decently well there. If every fifth swap had healed to full, I wouldn't have really felt any health pressure. And I have a larger roster, but, like, they're also scaling with my roster, and I don't know. I feel like if I'm playing well and I'm not really feeling health pressure, then that's probably about right. And that probably sounds like a little selfish, but I am asking for it to be easier than it is right now, so hopefully that doesn't sound that way. I don't know. I'm probably qualifying this too much. You'll probably get what I mean. I think the fact that the attack is overtuned is the part that could drain healing nightmare. But, like, we've already announced that we're taking another look at it. This tuning is not gonna be what it is every time, right? So I don't think we should be looking at the current resource asks and then carrying that forward. Okay, who's dangerous in here? New Rhino a little bit. For the most part, not a big deal. Wild reference today, Madrox. mean, I get your point there, Aiden. But from everything I've heard, the mutant one is by far the most resource intensive for people, even if it does have consistent access to willpower. So I'm not sure I'm granting that. A-bomb special 2 gives me fits periodically, so I have to be careful. Good old XL special baiting. Here we go. Fine. Yondu Saber Rupture immune. It's only if you block, right? But I can do that. Hey, Charlie. Wait, who's next? Okay. Deadpool. I mean, we've got science champs out the wazoo. I hate that so much, Madrox. Yeah, I can see War Machine's block damage. You do get willpower from it. But that's definitely one to be careful with. I have my own thoughts about the skill quest, so I'm not really going to talk about it here. I understand what y'all are saying. I haven't played with him much yet, TC. Take care, Madrox. Oh, come on. Excuse me. I really don't like fighting Guardian. Like, with someone other than his intended class, I mean. Alright, wasn't hoping to, or was hoping not to use you just yet, but let's go. Yeah. I've seen that one before, Joey. Aha, no auto block for, uh-oh. Oh, frickin' ensnare. Same problem. Oh, and it's already back. How is it already back? I don't know why I did that. Nope, that's not why, TC. It's protected from failure. There is no reason for it to reapply itself. There's no way for me to avoid that stupid ensnare, is there? Alright, well, potions are more precious than revives, so let's go. Okay, throw it. Oh, it's only prevented on defense, huh? Cool. Throw it, you jerk. I say again, I really, really hate fighting Guardian. Just remove his armor. Like in a quest like this, unironically, Shocker is better. No, throw. Throw before I die. Thank you. Ensnare is the enemy. I would love to pull the ability accuracy clause out of Ensnare entirely, except for Stark Spidey, because it was actually intended for his, and for, I think, everyone else who ever has used it. They just want the anti-evade, and the Ensnare just causes problems. And I know people will whine that that means that we're nerfing Okoye or something, but Jesus Christ, I want to never see that again. Bro. Alright, one more. Is a zero potency snare technically possible? Yeah, but like if we ever do that, people are going to go, then why is it even in snare? And so that always leads designers to go, well, it has to be at least like 20% or somebody's going to complain. And that's how we get this nonsense. And I'm not saying that those designers are wrong. It's just, it's very difficult to do zero potency stuff like that. And it probably makes more sense to just build a different debuff. No, it does. That's the thing, TC. It doesn't make any freaking, I almost said another word, sense on Okoye. Because Ensnare is not defensive ability accuracy reduction. Ensnare is global ability accuracy reduction, which is not a property of the skill class. That's not your fault. It's just stupid. Yeah, I don't... The evade counter on Jess, I think, was, I don't know, a defensive counterpart to fumble, because at one point there was going to be a different effect on her that hit Dex. Oh, I think it was because at one point there in her process there was agility on her. But, like, yeah, she doesn't need it. The problem is that now she has anti-evade, and so, of course, if we remove the ensnare entirely, which we probably could and should, then why did you nerf Spider-Woman? I'm so annoyed I didn't even say the word nerf properly. But, like... Oh. Here's the thing that really gets under my skin about the nerf stuff, is that the way that it goes is that the community is upset that the game isn't perfect. And I'm not saying perfect sarcastically, but like literally just, of course, people are upset because the game isn't perfect. And so then that leads to, well, sentiment isn't great. And because sentiment isn't great, we can't change the hard, unpopular things because sentiment isn't great and we can't make it worse. But like, you know, one of the ways to make Spider-Woman a less annoying defender, when she wasn't intended to be a really, really difficult defender and just to be a, like, medium one, remove the freaking ensnare. But you nerfed her. I don't care. Oh, I know, Aiden. I know. It was my choice. We definitely do it. Why not? Because I don't know, a loud 30% of the community, let's eyeball it, thinks the rebalance program is there for, is to catch when we mess up and ship champions that are too weak. But we should never ever take anything away, because either, we tested the champion and so we should have caught it, and so if it went live then obviously it was intended, and so why can't you can't fix it now? It was intended, because if it needs to be fixed, you should have already caught it. Or the alternative is like, well, none of us really noticed it, so it's not that big a deal, so why even have to change it? It's just the mental gymnastics people will jump through to say that we cannot ever change something if it is even kind of possible to see it as a downward change. Really grind my gears, as you can tell from this particular segment of the live stream. I know. With the lives. Oh yeah, we do. What am I thinking? Something else. I haven't used Morbius in a while. Oh, I know we lose either way. Trust me, I know. Nice sidestep, bro. There goes all of my healing. Aiden, I really need you to stop acting. Like, I know you mean well here, but I need you to stop acting like it is my choice that we listen to the whiners. Yeah, I've seen that before, Elijah, and my response to that is that anyone who pretends, or sorry, not pretends, because I know people think it earnestly. Anyone who earnestly thinks that what balance means for offense and defense is the same thing, and who doesn't understand that champions do have different goals, is just not going to be happy with us, because we can't cater to someone who doesn't understand the job like that, bluntly. Alright, throw your thing. Go nuts. I'm gonna respond to chat in a minute. Some funny stuff there. Bro. Snap lights are the bane of my existence. That's fine. Yeah, you're right, cat. Why using Morb and not Bird? 'Cause Morb heal. Bird not heal. Not really. Probably use Bird for this next one. I mean, the the point of the balance program is that a pass is done on literally every champion, right? And so, like, for some of those characters, it's not going to take much. You look at their data and go, yep, that's fine, moving on. But, like, they do their job. They dig in. Like, they spend a full week combing through the data anytime one of those comes up. Oftentimes, the conclusions are pretty clear. But yeah, there have been more extended conversations about a few characters. The funny thing about Photon, and I have said this before, there was never a conversation about nerfing Photon defensively. Her data was just not that dangerous. She was difficult, but people were learning, people were adapting. Like, her win rates weren't that high. Like, not dangerous high, they were high. If we had nerfed Photon, it would have been offensively, and because people were already underrating her offensively and complaining about her on defense, that would not have gone well. Oh yeah, you should always save a special for Mangog's and Rage Cat. Do you normally just run away? I'm not sorry for laughing, but like, how do you handle it? I guess just bring Joaquin every time and then deal with the unblockable only. Oh, you missed a lot, Scorpion. But thank you for punctuating the point. I just waited out or used slow, so yes, that. That's okay. I get it, Aiden. Take care, Joey. Nice, Scorpion. Congrats on those. Hmm. Yes, Elijah. Two ways are supposed to be intentional and spread out. It's not to say Spider-Woman wasn't intended to be good in both, but like that is something that we try to make rare, and I think has not been quite rare enough lately. It is tough though, because like as a designer, the pressure is to make every character a two-way, because that's what everybody says they want. Like, people simultaneously don't want new defenders because they don't want to learn them, and they want every single character to be a two-way because two-ways are the best Battlegrounds characters, right? A little bit difficult to address both of those at once. I don't know what happened there. I know the physical resistance slows him down, but it's worth it. Hey, Bleezy. It's going okay. I felt some feelings. A little calmer now. I don't know why I did that. Here we go. That's what I wanted. Kabam John did Rhino. Excuse me. That is the first time I've heard that particular complaint, TC. Ouch. How did I lose that? I need to remember to record this one. I should not have lost that intercept. That was medium versus medium. Truly, Cat. That was absurd. Okay. Watch out for APOC. Yes, I know Ghost Rider is bleed immune. That's actually the point right now. Ah. Back in the cage you go. If you're still here, TC, and you can phrase it respectfully, I am curious what bothers you about Spider-Woman. It's not a take I'm used to hearing. Fair enough, TC. I'll try and remember to bring it up later. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna force you. It's a mature response. Almost fell asleep. No, fair enough, man. I'm definitely done after this one, too. I'm sure my wife's already asleep and probably not super pleased that I'm not. What went wrong, John? I'm not fully following. Okay. Let's build on back up. Throw your thingy. Night, Elijah. Is Silver Samurai punish unblockable? That's fine. I'd rather that. I think I'm missing something. Ah, during Bastion's cooldown. Okay, okay, I get you now. I forgot there was a cooldown there. Um, Generally, no. And the reason is not because it wouldn't be useful. The reason is because on a fundamental level, the game is built with hit reactions that only go one way, if that makes any sense. As in, if you hit someone, what the animation that they go into to react from that hit is always predicated on the idea that the hit is coming from in front of them. And while you can pull someone towards you without hitting them, you would want something that was appropriate for the motion. And that's not necessarily possible at the moment, if that makes sense. What exactly do you mean, like leader, out of curiosity? Just the ones that ask you to be in a specific place, or just thinking about space in general, or yeah, Scream is very fun. I agree with that. Cool. Gotcha, TC. So high evolutionary doesn't count for you because you don't find novelty with being in the corner? Is that fair to say? Because he can ask you to be anywhere, but often it's best for him to put you in the corner. Because honestly, I like leader a lot, but one of the few criticisms I have of the resulting gameplay is that sometimes it is correct to just go to the corner because it's better to be aggro. And it's a little bit weird that in some of his best target matchups you don't care about the green door. That's not exactly a new take. Like a leader's designer understands what I mean with that. Anyway, thank y'all for hanging out. It is quite late. That's fair enough, TC. Yeah. I will be back sometime tomorrow after my voice is recovered. But yeah, I'll see y'all then.